Hello, everyone. We just a quick announcement, okay? So this afternoon, Kempo Rinpoche is extremely kind to give point out, and it's only in person, not online. But on Zoom, we will open the Zoom in the afternoon about 3 o'clock. So for everyone, continue the teaching. Also for here at the center, we uh, request everyone just keep the center clean and the kitchen is clean. So the meal is not provided. We had a walk volunteer walk the seats and the around here the restaurant or treasure the address and the name. It's also listed on in the kitchen by the fridge, the door. So just help yourself. Uh, we have a Chinese translator. Please go to Chinese people. Please go to the Chinese channel to listen to the teaching. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rinpoche.
So maybe we start now. First, we do daily practice, and then maybe I give a long for the preliminary practice of long changing, which Jacob requests, and I thought maybe benefit everyone. So maybe I can give. It doesn't take that long. Don't worry. You should have access. Somehow it's quite echoing. So how close to? I thought a little bit echoing. It's fine. Okay. And now we chant. Okay. Tarwa tam jin jin be bar zo ju bar ji ba tam ji ji zo ji be ma nam ga dan yam be sam jen tam ji de wa dan den dung ar dan Nyurdo lana me ba yang tak barai to be shang jo rumbo je to bar
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment.
Indi je do san ma ji je par do lu nga yi zang ge wa la go ma ji par do lu nga yi zang ge wa la go tu de ren de son de nye ma san ta zang je par do for
that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
Zhangzhou Nyingbo Ji Ji Ba Sangye Nam Lai Jia Zui Ji Chu Dai Zhangzhou Senpa Yi Tso Lan De Ji Jia Zui Ji Ji Dai Ji De Ji Ji Zhangzhou To Ne Ji Ba Dan 相觉身边拉巴拉，得大人心内巴达，得心着拉本等对，相觉身内积极心。 得心得那拉巴拉，人巴心。
I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings. Practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings. Practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path.
Sangye Chuzan Soji Shodan La Janjo Barda Dane Jasanj Dagi Jizo Jibe Zonam Je Dola Benji Sangye Barisho.
Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Ma nam ga dan nyam be sim jen dam ji dewa dan dewe ju dan dem bar jo je dong a ji ju dan tra jo je dong a me be dewa dan min tra jo Nye jada yin tan cha we don yon la ne ba jo je.
May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Ling yi jik dan ram jan jun zan jo ram jai jamzo jenge jurwe so malu loye lande burla no jenyin dok tuje zondo zo Dalu lonju dobai jinji dan pungam jinji endrayu indumai dadu songwe ngobo juzi borji danzi shiwa jinji lo Dai ngome tale yong zhu xin, jing ge ne zong zhong da ji ji, ming zhen lin de, de lo men zhen jiu, bu wei san, to ba re xin ji lo. What to do?
The wealth of infinite oceans of realms. If I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all the beings they contain, my body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine. By offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping, completely liberated from the bounds of real and unreal, transcending the names and attributes of rising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial. The supreme mandala is the natural state. By offering it, may I be blessed to attain the state of Buddhahood.
Om Guru Deva Dagana Rana Mandala Bardita Soha Namo Nasi Namda Gila Mala Nasi Shri Unso Bambo Hanzai yonder zo wande ankorwa tondo de jinjil ye norwa to kijin mazai jime jarwe to Chembe yi adan dan ro na nien ga re jan ro wa jam ze ren bo je da sem yi jen on ne zor wan de chen yi je Shinji lo sendu ne jeme me namda de londe choka doba shinji lo.
Namo. To the Guru, the utter purity of all appearance and existence, I offer all appearance and existence arisen as the primordial ground. I supplicate you, may the three realms be completely liberated. Please grant blessings to empty samsara from its depths. Lord with five omniscient wisdoms, crown ornament, kind one with loving nature, precious protector of beings, heart of all Buddhas, inexpressible by words or thought, I supplicate you from the core of my mind. Bless me from within the state of Dharmata. Bless me to realize this mind, primordially pure and unborn, as the unfathomable Dharmakaya.
O sim chen nam ji samba tang lo yi che ra che dar wa che jung tu mo tu ba ye je jen ko lo go do zo.
Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater and lesser vehicles and the teachings common to both according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings.
Dōsōṃ sāṅcē tāṃ cē cē ngō rīk tāṃ jīṃ kūr jāṃ sō chāp tā kā rīṃ sōṃ mē tū cē tāṃ yīṃ kāṃ sōṃ cē cē chāp kō chāp cē pē mō chā mā mē pā lāṃ kō rāp tā kō sōṃ kū pā chīṃ pū kō nē chāṃ sāk shīṃ chāp sōṃ cē wā cē wā nē sā rāp cē chū wā tāṃ cē tā tō sā wā chīṃ pū kō nē cē sō sōṃ tē chū shīṃ cē lā pā rā sā tō sō. Kāngkē shār sōng tāwē mēng ngōng kā sār dzambē dōng chā shēng dzambē sō sān chō sār wēn chō kū mē kē tū tsē chō tū jēn tā mā kū nē chū rēng jēng tāng sōm jēng khōng. Tū wōng bē mā kār pū tē rēng tā lō yēn tsō rē chōng wōr jēn sō lēng bē mē tāng pū tsā rē chā wē nām chō rōng chōng lēng jēn chō tsān sō bē yē yā tān sō bā. Ban man jung ne da lo ban zo jong xin ni teng kun xi yin zi bian qian zi jing ko ra gong xin zhou kun zhe mo men ba zhen zi lo zhu kun de yan de gu dang yi ji zhi ba mi gong ju yin ka lan zi ba gong jian ba ra xiao ne gu ne ga he zo ge jiu yin zhuo bian ma ga ra pong zhen bei xia le song zi dong ge chai Yin ge men ser lo zhun qiao zi wei yong jing ma ge bar mo da yi zhong dong zhe tu ga ren qin ying bong go ro yu dan kun jung ga wei ji zar de ying bu tong zai bei bei nan jir chen me we zir xiab ji da yi zhong xi ya gun zeng zhuo la ji zi de re chen me we zir yong chu tu ten zu wu sa long qian nam ke nan jir Jing mi ling bi xia la so wan de che der jer we se po xia la nong der zhe bian wang qiu xia re song pong qiu dong a rong zhong Jing mi qu ji wang bu re gu jian zai rik dong jian bu re xuan nung xi lam le gong bi long le po bi der ji zhou long to jiang zi jiang song a dang qiu me pam jia miao 남자라 그전서 여든 성지군 당냠나영 까진 성지군 렌사빈공 자웨라마달라 서반 다손 로벨로나줄라주 Okay, and we first start with the hot essence of Longchenpa or the Longchen Yingtik preliminary practice in this afternoon where the mind pointing is based on Longchen Yingtik and also the probably we'll do Yishilama session and it's good to Jacob already asked to give this preliminary practice long if of course if you are already doing start our Drikung preliminary practice, please diligently to try to finish that. If you already finished, you can do again and again. That's good things to do. And then if you want to haven't done preliminary practice but still want to do preliminary practice, then another option we can do long changing the preliminary practice, which is of course in Ngarchen Rinpoche's lineage we have both Drikung and Nyingma. Khenpo Münster is mainly the lineage holder of the Longchen Yingtik tradition. And here, the Longchen Yingtik preliminary practice, we can find on Lotsawa House, the translation. You may have other translations. but doesn't matter. It's too big to print out for every one of you. If you have the digital version, you can read with me in English to say what in there. But if not, then just listen. If you read Chinese, then also read in Chinese. So this is the long changing the preliminary practice we did in few sessions in GBI with Gato Rinzhi Chemo's teaching. That excerpt, we have few pages that we read here, but this is the longer version of it. So beginning we this preliminary practice, and after that then we go to the text. 마저 졸라지는 다면 다저 점함에 접이 신저 섬지도 대해 신저 섬발라 담아 손절 림발라 자라로에 개와게 되대 신저 잼 보롱어 도로지 알라보 손제 버스 섬조나 전자란 조선 dembe 신저 님이 이제 잡은 영은 저 이제 남조에 답인 줘봐지서 성으로 주저 백인 이제 말로 yap으신 조준 고좀 답에 좀 맞아 줘라 제로 다면 다저 점함에 접이 신저 대신 신저 섬발라 담아 손절 림발라 자라로에 개와게 되대 신저 잼 보롱어 도로지 알라보 손제 버스 섬조나 전자란 조선 dembe 신저는 님이 이제 잡은 영은 저 이제 남조에 답인 줘봐지서 모두 주백인 예의 말을 저러진 조진 그좀 답에 좀 맞아 줘라 제로 답에 다저 점함에 접이 신저 섬지도 대신 조선 발라 담아 손절 림발라 자라로에 개와게 되대 Shangchub Chenpo, this chanting is the mantra, Vajrayana, seventh branch, accumulating merit. That's usually every time Tuk Urgyen, which give oral transmission, he start with that. We did in GBI with Gato Rinzhi Chemos. We have another seventh branch offering that's from Longchen Yingtik, the Rinzin Duba sadhana. We may have handy or not. That is not part of this, but that's how it started long. So now is the actual text. So ba jembo Longchen Yingtik ngudong ngong text deba lam lam song. Xiaowai xiu su du ne ngu song song ji yong kong la kong du ro su kong ka pa me na su jun zhong ngu yang pong kam jin ji song dun zhen ma zhe me yi su su na yang qian ce wu zi ri dong ba ra jia rwa ngu qian de zam de ma yi dan ji jiab si qi den xin ji lo de la de su hua jin pa long jin de ngu dun zhe nga dong che su de ba tong ma ra nga xin lan de om a hong jiang ro yang li su me se ne wu bar nam ba de ji zhe su ba a la ka lin da bar ni da ni mu den chong a da wen zhe da wong chu jia wa zi jin chu bin Larn du ngak drep tani song dorji shilang ngoro damje do baran jo kaka gang ma za 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 jin ra 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 da na za 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 na ba 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 ma ya ra lo ha jang ko sa ja len de am ji dar ma ye ze bar ba he de ding ga dang ga da he ma de ding gin zo yo na ro da yan ba da ma ya ma na ya so ha de am sam ba ra me da sa ma ga za ma Ahom Zama Mara Marabama Mahaza Ahom Shi Ten Lan Tenmara Lan Dun David Yin de Jushi Se Rome Zun Joro Xian Yang Mane Brabada Zon Benzara Biga Manda Dara Dane Om Shi Ba Lan Dun Mang Song de Bengo Jian Bam Bam de Jiva Yedam Yedeva Toma Zayan Tenyingin Deban Chingwan Xinji Laba Dang Kapsu Kaze Lang Tam Na Nibaji Barazon Tambo Paraden Lame Doju Gurwan Laman Chen Yingwu De Lan Dun Ji Dongwa Chapu Hu Ne Yingwu De Be Kesa Shiva Ne Jeje Chenchen Lama Ya La Chen Le Dong Yingwu Chapu Sarva Ya Karwa Memba Da La Jeve Jeje De Chen Kulu Jen De Jo Chen Yin Guyun Shisu. So we also chant this one in GBI with Gato Rinzhi Chemo. Do you remember? 단주르네 시선이가 간전에 동원으로도 버져가라 가나 저는 마마로는 진에 영당 저가 갈라져 있습니다. 동에 되는 저의 제에 갈라져서 지금 저는 남겨놓라. 레사람 바주 있는 jun도 뒤지니 저번도 롱존자 동이니 짐으로 집어든 간로가 간에 간로 영레네 참마신도 지선서 Sisi mari onge jewana mera ladanga sanam samandwa nga hoda dhammingi ka penna tsangken kulu ang kurwa shin tari nyarwa yeda dhanro dhan tsarang ladang lalo loda nya sanje majo sheno kala dhammingi jili tarvi dharva dhamman juro ombo zin dong yubu jili namalo dhana deva dhanyi juro wa nga so sanje choso dhamma neto dhala chi yin tambi se dhan shang tamji rongla newe se 창배 내 더정 경험에 밤에 저번에 지선 바로 예전 저저 로나 졸라 주신 거를 저런 걸만 만나고 제제에서 매도 전혀 너무 다리 다르대 동요 마이나 진에 따라 저베다 매제는 단도 손음세 시외 오등에 송연저런 참게 되 미시 추지 잠은 토기비 이도 매저 전에 저 선녀는 저 전화를 받아서 나면 더 가서 나도 매일 준비되어 줘 추신주바니무 가르마즈물로나 추라 주진고로 잘랑고르면 밤마도 그제 니서메도 저잖아 맞아 가데 밀류렌제 알랑치요르다 송라 주보치에서 타와도 봤던데므로 제바라 두제 신 동동안 촉랭에서도 하던 신코를 태용 주주주서 좀 무슨 단중전제면 근제다라 주진거나 라오에서 로나 줄라 주진고는 잘랑고르 멤버는 마동 근신제 니서메도 전잖아 맞아 조시 총지 대비 노도는 조시 샤고이진도 그죠 머기 대라만 자멜렌달로 도마냐진 단저라바데 질로에 민고나 바제다라 주진거나 라오에서 로나 줄라 주진고는 잘랑고르 멤버 마동 근신제 니서메도 전잖아 타타네 동동을 지마들 전골라서 시험 마저롱 도베던을 던님는 것도 던져 주는 거로는 진이던 데마다 따지 집으로 성we 룬데요 말지 노네 사저 동발저 화도 자고 치 제베데 거도는 지과신데 로나 줄라 주진 거로 절랑 거면 마도 그전이 섬에도 전전만 전게데 전남이 지지 랑치버는 여러분 직탄이 송나 작석사에는 소진거는 저속래 조동동만 버버저 거미 저전동 운동 버베 서싱케 보고 조지도 근에 사회 메시지선 강르든 부다바당 춘차지 조로양에 내서 부연을 드는 게 다벨롱선은 쇼로 짠송 상과라 들어와지 명아주님 제 말한 동방연설에 노는 남버가와 속지랍 동치기 내바진 주는도 저소나 바바게 샤면 돈을 나오라 대신 부리 성라 검매여라지 살로라 제도시 로냥 단산 탄천라메야롱 나메니 거로와도 저가제 고도가와 다도 다와서 다도 거시 주민인자 남종 접지 강례 신외지 시동 잡고 그노 제외설로나 졸라 조신 거를 설랑고 멤버마도 근신지 있음에도 전자남 대신 봉을 냠가비 요사도 좀 매야마라베서 컴론다라 메니 이달을 저담에도 나바서 공내 신이 진짜는 찍라 찍서 수빈 지와 제 거기 주변에 달랑다 판타메베 동아 지서 상대문 반찬바달로나 줄러 조신 거는 잘랑고 멤버마도 그제지 니서 메도 저전라만 줄람 조정원이 좀 매담에 특히 거를 요구 신바서도 어여도 지도 막은 랑건들 라면도 따와마도 도주 줘봐줘 금바 신경 거여로건 주반을 좀 제마자에 주된들 라면서서 넘버 지연 내고 놀아서 나투 요로정 인중의 조시 차라 도바 정요 요단전 돌람 말이 들 라면도 저전 조연도 그래서 엠바텐 정 정주 생더ring 돌바라마양 작동 마지 비주진들 라메라도 니동들 녀도도 주민들 녀도 정도서 주민들 녀도 정도서. So this is the taking refuge and generating bodhicitta. These two we also chant and the GBI together. 군조선고 대자와단 자랑들레 런이 신조선고 런이 두지진고라 현현님고 활자전전 호나조노와진 바슴지네 호나조노와진 걸발로고 주는 잠베로 우상영상아 치매희행안에 삼제도랑 som시바 도로스면금는 This is Vajrasattva visualization and practice. 아다니 담아지어레 베간다메 던지 홍라라마 dor지서 가사랑 주도베가 dor지에 전지니 말에 졸라 전서도 번역 조선 저건 돌아 친치 쏘라 밥주는 조선 나와지 왜는 공예는 다만은 아주 건데 아주 야민대로 주전에 두스 진저 선제대 가버도도 저와에 다른 가능 선제제 레도 너무 능하지 내동 득점 내도 대말이 형한테 엄반저에서도 사마야만 나발라야 받으서도 되노바디는 로메 바와서도 가야메 바와서 가야메 바와노로도메 바와서도 마브레도 서로 걸마서도 메서상 여행 그런 하하호 방가 서로다 당가다 받을 만면 바마사 마야사도 아지지는 그보다는 미신 몸에 담치려는 가르치는 남한거 보장도저도 도진서 모두 되게 전부다니 준조해서 나와지 그송 톡자와야 나게 담치냐 받으면 돌아 비바다 저번에 동게 점에서 단지 신신 다른 데도 서로 시주베 돌려서 먼저 신선 받아 집에서 이후 주제들은 예전 탐자 다과이나 신나올지 우주신의 랑라 템베자 라니 주들제서 만원통 만원 농게 송야 다르 집에 투소 홍겐 담아 이근 주시버서발레 우선 좋은 가던 우주도 집에 돌샘ring에 딴던 땜버 라니도 상지 바라저로 안 받으서도 홍 받으서도 홍 시진이도 대비냐머리샤 개완대인유도 돌제서 만들어지는 로아지 좀 말려대요 살랑고 바라쇼 아디스 만들라 엄마 홍연도 손지된 셔와 저제제는 전나들 서면지르베도 달르는 주제 방향 방에 주진 걸어지베서 저 오미대 전도 보고 배송해 방하다는 건 서면전도 누인 주비디 본상에 베풀는 게 신로 주버쇼 농시는 도저는 내가 두개 망가 주니 르베지 거는 틀린지만 남다시 Provijoga Yanajo Barasho Kusuleto. This is due practice in a non-genuine preliminary practice. We have due practice. Pelujinzi Villa de Jansan Tong and Yanson Tong, Chitagi, Dujan Marjo, Yamu, Dujan Trigo, Pombo, Dujan Tova, Yon Leji, Soroji, and Banado, Kosan Jimango, Jeverian, Tonson Gawe Hora. Ah, Tong Tang, Yegi, the General Jibi. 정배려주로 마음은 이제 비양 주연로 제서다 공 소송의 정정 모르는 그런 논의를 자주 제봤던 거지 네 모동 바라지 연서 이제 다 당지에 돌아도 다른 주야 당주에 시도바 진부 마주아지 냠바라 this is guru yoga 아든 발라메 난저러네 마 로노르노 다바로니 구바라조 손도바르 로니도 일류 도전 난절마 셔지 전에 말서 저도 재미 도전 저는 그래서 제얼베만 변선이도 점내 군투 싸벨라 마다 예면 소지 도저를 만도도 전에 저저지 보가 주서 동마서 셔지가 창이 저를 베다 차여 도저 용비 도마나 올라다다 뱀이 이선 청은 대통령 좀 베베 소지 가른 저선은 저저를 보고나 아주 친구 뭔가 저한테 별로 주베지 뭐 이제 장마다 저 변을 준지다 간로 추종 담전 진들에 대해서 동냠니 전부 온도 살아 오늘 이제 나면서 뱀만 계속 넘어라 연서 저진 거는 뱀만 전에 시소는 거든 거나만 먹을 지지서 더러지 신절라지 그룹에 맞서야 돼 연락든 반내시 달러 생계 돈이 넘어져 전사는 무슨 주진지 무슨 주비 찾아 먹고 손 이게 열려나 그 옷을 주고 뭔가야 많이 이제 대가에 가서 건가지 이렇게 섬제 너는 그 대선 중을 걸어가 시시 kurban 마다 와라냐에 만다 쇼소란데 대선 사백에서 시시 전부 저랑 제든 거를 뭐지는 산지 담지 도지 질런 대표섬제 용제 공 지부 루동long 주로닝 도밤에 바젤람 받는 현재 마다가 지도는 도면그 제선 제가 변이 엄마 배는 거를 배마서다 달라서 연락에 다다 등행님으로 메서 동안 담대에 들리 조심 마한 거로 오늘 거기 실라져 도바 버진 도제전 재미 되는데 엄마 홍 배는 거를 배마서다 나기 쓰인데 라나가야 바리 신경선 주주비 신경선 실리 돌전하냐 마사서 우지 공을 전에 제수 배녀도 열매 전부 동제대 대동동의 중주지 이시 전부로 발행 감성 순제 맞을 만들 배대 다를 제수 배며 우유수로 완전 그전에 카드 쓰다만 실라바 도지 연론에 도삼동 로바란제도 서로 우마 배정 거를 배마서다 배정 거를 배마 서도 공주비 소론 대변에 마호 저저 전원 잡이 인간의 당부 성지 축구권도 소론 그중 춘대를 저러들 저저 죽은 사소 가럽들 절라 가럽들 저서 반도도 실라 on거서 이르성아 도동 주준 잠을 인연 퇴근 걸로 전 전화서 잠만 만들어서 완도서 Turji alam nada zabalungi janjo ben manjung ebar toji asenjo demoro dudar jam suda ro long je jang kanro ying zo gaban jimela sarwan da zon jo zo hakong ne chuji da bo shungjo dorji ja chamni inji mi jarben jo da turbe kun chom manjo nang zo jarbe ze po shemen thayala sarwan da zon ne lo rong da hero kabri yi dorje urjen ji re chuji ombu ja rabe onjo be man ben zara paran so ji la man chen za on bala zo an da zo chung de ngo ro zo kurdi chuga na zo rong zara ro kun chen jing be den be ma da jan ne kun ji chuji lo ro zo an de zo da ju xin je lo ze ling ge ben ju mi xian lo urje la ma don de me xin de ji song ga ro so ma nyan no dum chom me be ro zo ji ro ji tu ju gong be xia la jang lo no zeng kur de ye ne o me xian la nga chu ko ro da zo me be de pong long xia zo me be zo hua qi xin yi ju de zhe guan chu ni ngu su me jian ban tong wa ra xiu ce me do ba na ro jia zhe ba gu dong de le nyam no gong de be ro ca la long ku yu xin kang ce la be chu zi long de jian bo ro song jie de xiong de gu de se san ba xin de nam jian yang ma chu de rong lun dang mi yin za ma ro na na yin zhe yin du yi dong wen zhen qia wa za ga da chu gu xie hua dong nong xia long chu zo gu zhe chu chu tu ga lam ji zar zong ne ma wang ju de wan zhe song qian wu zi re de ban jiu ge ze song ji xian de me zhe qiu gu yin dong wen ju ren du me sa la ma zhu na ma gem song ji chu nge lam jiu la de ne rong yin zhe wei yin na qie ber wu yang wu ji po zhong zi shen zi jiang zong zong jiu er jian sang qian qu ji ga dang ji bi sa re zi ji tou re ji wong ji nan ta yin zhe wei ne so sa人自己家讲做些劳动，去年咱们这边咱把，他就是单拉总米讲什么，单着我就是上街讨不着小姐，看见没把说吧，你那大报告吧。完了完呢，过来没咱呢，我们这个出去台湾这边的无人车，让个就完了修了这当啊，在这把大，个多些些老百姓，别往到个这那边弄的就。那没人自己上完台，这个广播特别搞完就拉下，这把呢，阿姐个别马上个等不完了，我真说让个这马那修，我就来弄个这把他送到这些老修上行。你就今天都就是上完人自己上完台，弄就做别讲，你搞完就拉下，头开红一个弄个到进来，我真说让个人看呢。修个一节来当推来这把他到这些老修，些了也是用到，这都在那里弄的就是，现在人自己上完台，出个工棚特别搞完就拉下。拉样都给红了回你把这搞到八万新的去，让什么他在没办这个一类，关系来当西医这把讲，一些都这些老修才跟上把头他们就到搞到做发现嘛，弄的就是，很多人自己上完台，他都跟这个没关系。搞完就拉下个马红白灯过来别马是的，那没都干的我怎么不出动这把家里一些我当年都是那年嘛，这边人开始过上去，我们就刚回去就能过着人不去，都开始准备。也没roje do jo也没roje de xian zam ju dong zhe ben gong lan ba de xia ge de le dong de ba de zai la ma ren bo je da ni ru mi mi ne xue la ge de xian bu gong ne xue ne ge song to yin wo zhe de ba ma zam na ba ta wa la ge ji zam lo ta me jin zi li bun dong mo ge la mi xie lo zan lan ju bu xiao je wa gong de yong da la ma dan zhe mi xue ji ba la nong ji ne sa dan lam ji yo ne ra zo ne do jin kong gong bo ni zai我把那给我的结果跟是那一些说就是那那些人，他们跟你特别想着跟给我心里就把他写到一些提醒，把他上报信息的。跟讲国内上报瑞就了一些，人家不是把我写的，先把他跟到上报这样，提醒的是咋跟你就说那就给我到他们了，等我就是一个接了他们就我看完觉得我都打给这样的。上报就接了，等我为了些跟都接了，他们就特地有点对的，特别是接嘛，他都觉得这边就抽烟这边让我，又不是就投了嘛。这样了嘛，他们那些人家都真的就了，就不是说就说那人家不当着现在是比较说高了，就是把他们去了东西先办着了，将来没不是那边现在去了没办。他们去强级、上级、特别的小级，做不清不弄清，这个工作嘛都吃做的，把他们去làm xong的，你人自己经验领导了，说把他们都没搞，有成绩就是他们吃了没把他。那今南就了吧，全部人民成立我这里的区别，给研究个南家了嘛，上街上，同志一起说的个都从不让家人我等家人让他们讲说，那偏把居民去不来瞧去，啥话忙啊？that is the long for that, and these preliminary practices very important. In the West, we have well-known, famous book that's called "The Word of My Perfect Teacher." Is commentary on these texts, commentary of these texts, maybe. And these texts are written by Rinzin Minlingbas, the main disciple. Jigme Chenle was there, which is who is the first Dodo Rinpoche. Maybe a few of you have chance to meet him, to get empowerments or teachings from him. Or my Nyingtik empowerment and teaching, most Nyingtik, especially in Jigme Lingpa's teachings. There's 9 volumes I got from Dodo Rinpoche. So it's my teacher, Dodo Rinpoche, is the 3rd reincarnation of the first Dodo who wrote this preliminary practice. So you can see that after that, then we have all famous yogis and practitioners and scholars. For example, Jamyang Chense Wangpo and Pato Rinpoche, Jamgon Gongzho, Chokcho Lingpa, and all these famous teachers. Teachers are these first Dodo Rinpoche, and then we have other Jigme Lingpa's students. So we are lucky that we are in this lineage. So the preliminary practices, whatever you are doing, is similar. We have taking refuge, and then bodhicitta, vajrasattva, mandala. You can see the structure here is as the same most of the time. And then we have maybe a little bit Ju practice. Then comes to Guru Yoga. This is quite extensive Guru Yoga, and it's a very profound. And this is sort of we are here once we have great our maybe merit bring us together, and also these requirements that I receive from individuals that also collectively discuss, and so we kind of start from preliminary practice. That is sort of auspicious ness of this event, and then of course we are going to this or going through these lines of the text, and which is of course most profound teachings. If you think there's teachings that have aspirational teachings, have some are very pithy, and also some are very broadly kind of contain or subsume all the Buddhist teachings. So this is one of them that not only talks about the profundity or the ultimate reality or the ground, our mind nature itself, but will later will go through the 100 deities, so which lawful and peaceful deities. That is important because we all Vajrayana practitioners, and especially we practice the Yamantaka, Vajrakalaya, Hayagriva, and those are we need to know a little bit about them, and these are important. How these deities arise from our own mind nature. So that's another important things we can discuss in these texts. And yesterday, of course, we went through very very, very important verses that show us mainly our mind is not only the creator of the samsara, but also it's the nirvana itself is situated in our mind nature. Nirvana is not out there, and that makes us who we are. Sometimes we say that is maybe not really elegantly to say, but knowing that our mind nature is Dharmakaya is important. In our chanting, the Namo Nangsi Namda is say, may I realize my mind as Dharmakaya. So that is the four purpose of our practice. So now we go to maybe the sort of third verses. And yesterday we kind of say, if you don't mind, we can, if you have phonetic one, maybe we can recite the first three verses together to see. It's important sometimes what we went through, and then we can slowly go. Everyone has the phonetic one? Do you have phonetic one? Please take the phonetic. Everyone? Nāsīṃ gurṇḍē tāṃ jīgā shījī lāṃ jīvāñi rāyḍāṃ mārē chūndrō dē Kuntuzangpo mālaṃ jī jīyēṃ bōrāṃ tō ngōmbā dōdē sāṃ jīshō Kunji shenen duma shi rong long judame. Kunde nyingi mengme to tinyi rina sanjide. Mare semjen kuwa jan kamsan semjen tanjide. Jume shedon rikpa sho Kuntuzangpo ngayi jam Jujen me ba shi don tenyi shilai rongjan re Che no dukura jama da Temi mbe te ma go Rana jama gu re sola ne bala Zizan jejang anja me do yong ala chaba me Dom me je baron jong la do be zodan tong me. So usually this is called the four-finger melody. If you first one is a little bit lower than the second one, second one's up, down, down. If you hear, if next time when you do umze, of course it's the same as the Deva change Mulang here. Maybe you can hear, I can do the first four. Nāsīṃ gurṇḍē tāṃ jīgā shījī lāṃ nīṃ jīvāñi rāyḍāṃ mārē chūndrū tē Kuntuzangpo mālaṃ jī. So it's four finger, or this way maybe. Yeah. So that's how we chant. Then the third verses. We have the Samantabhadra, and here Samantabhadra that I think on the page is that page 26. Is that what? Page 26, yeah. I Kuntuzangpo abide intrinsic awareness, even though the three realms are to be. So yesterday we talked about, anyone know exactly where we start? Yeah, 25, I think. And so this ground, the mind nature, which once we realize or recognize this our mind nature, then what we call Buddhas. And we don't recognize our mind nature, we call sentient beings. In the Dzogchen tradition, it's called mind is samsara. So mind means samsara. It's, in English, it's a little bit difficult to say. Buddha mind. I think sometimes people say Buddha mind. In the Tibetan, the Simjian, one who possesses mind, the sentient beings, what we call is one who possesses mind, which is called Simjian, one who has mind. If has a person or a being has mind, which means sentient beings, which is in a dualistic world, and that is not a Buddha. But we cannot really use a mind for Buddha's wisdom or the primordial knowing or primordially knowing. The wisdom, Yeshe, Rigpa, or the Shirp, maybe. Those are used for Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, but mainly the sentient beings we have seen. However, of course, we use the bodhicitta. The bodhicitta is the Sanskrit word, and that translated in Tibetan as Changkyup Sem. There is a Sem, and which Sem is we need to think about beyond sort of Sem. If you read Tibetan, here we have this right before we are going to look at the verse that say there's 3 lines and Tini Ringna Sang Ji De. If you recognize these, you are Buddha. Marik Sumchen Kurvancha. If you don't recognize these, you are sentient beings. So we have Simjian, and you have now transliteration. So Simjian means the one who possesses mind. So then the final prayer is realize the true meaning of inexpressible ground. So inexpressible ground, the breaking down and these what we are using is maybe a little bit breaking down in the wrong place because they think these every 4 lines should be break. But you can see here is obviously I Kuntuzangpo is sort of starting point. Or first is talking about the ground, and then what the Samadabhadra did. So we often talk about this. We saw the single ground, yet two paths. The two paths are due to the recognition and not recognizing the ground. And we need to recognize our Rigpa, our mind, our wisdom, and that's why this afternoon we will have pointing out, and until that we try to understand what we have and what we can do. And now we can maybe read from page 25, or the Lord's our house one should be different. And if you have small green book or our prayer book, I don't know how the breakdown, but we read, I Kuntuzangpo have realized the truth of this ground, free from cause and condition, which is just this self-arising awareness. So this part is what we are looking now, if everyone's follow me. I Kuntuzangpo. So use I, of course, in the Buddhist teachings, I is problematic, and we call self-clinging, and which is the cause of samsara. That is called marikpa, ignorant. But here, the Kuntuzangpo prayer used as Kuntuzangpo as I. These teaching is directly coming from Kuntuzangpo. That's why it's so powerful. And also yesterday we found this the grammatical particle that makes reason as samsara is just as a dream. So that's why we are sort of innately we are awakened. That's why enlightenment is not that far. It's right here in a moment. And this Kuntuzangpo use as I because through Kuntuzangpo we are getting this aspiration prayer. So what Kuntuzangpo realize is this ground. This ground as a single ground we talked about yesterday, which we don't need to think about far distant reality, but it's talking about our own mind nature itself. So these mind nature is free from cause and conditions. The cause and the conditions are, and we think about when we say impermanent, which means something created by cause and condition. Once created, compounded, then it can break down, and it is also impermanent, and it will it's not everlasting thing, which is just this self-arising awareness. This a little bit the Tibetan and English seems a little bit not different. Of course, what they say in Lord's our house. can you give? Okay. So I, Samadhamada, know the ground reality, which is without cause and condition, is originated by self within a very mm, still not quite seems right, but seems here it's originated by itself within the very ground. It seems the truth in here is more I Kuntuzangpo uh, realize these naturally by my own awareness. Uh, so either way, we cannot fix everything now, but what is the I think that's I'm using, but can we? Okay. Yeah, I suppose they like the Bhaktha Rinpoche's translation. Seems he know more. We have usually. Yes, here what we have. I Samantavajra innately know, maybe that's better, naturally know, or but it's the basic fact, avoid cause and condition, not flow by outward inflation or inward destruction, nor contrived by the dark will of unconsciousness. Hence, self-appearances have not been tamed by fault. So it's something that the knowing is natural knowing. So that is seems important part of it. Even we when we say the ground itself is single. Yeah? Single means there is no Kuntuzangpo, there is no sentient beings. But as soon as the ground, sometimes people call ground presencing or ground appearancing, appearing, that the moment the recognition takes place. So we are same thing. Sometimes we think about in distant past. We are not talking really about the distant past. Even at the moment now, we are sort of fulging or the rising or the manifesting from the ground. So that's why in the Pardo teachings or Pardo, we need to go through these process or these stages. As soon as we die, black out, and then we sort of arise from or wake from this blackout, and then the actual Dharmakaya reveals. Whether if we have good practice, then we may recognize a chance to recognize, if we don't have mind-pointing teachings, or we don't have these teachings that expose, then we may miss that part, and that glimpse we may not, we do not recognize, and at that point, then we are all over again to go through the more course, and that will come here. So that's just how the other things. But now we have more translations, but sometimes people make same mistakes. So that's just, hopefully in the future maybe can fix those things to make it better. So meanwhile, we just tolerate these translations and how much whatever we can get from these translations is better. And yesterday I point out there's maybe some reasonable things, therefore, and so forth. Those are important, but this is anyway. The Samadhi recognize their its own nature through own nature by itself. So that is important when we this afternoon when we discuss our what our Rigpa Rigpa's function is. Then because the subject-object duality need to collapse. How can be that collapse? Then we need to see that both subject and objects are nothing but Rigpa. And then there is we call recognition or realization or understanding, knowing, whatever we verb use at that moment. Then it's become singularity, the one ground. And there is no object, there is no subject, there is no action either. We just call it recognition, but it's not really the action to recognize something. It's become itself. So that's why this innately knowing or innately realizing or naturally sort of these are the same thing. Everything rises from the ground, and everything also stays in the ground, never stray from ground. And that's why anything happened, it's happened in the ground. That's just more important. That's why there's nothing but ground. You remember we say single ground means there's no other choice. It's just single ground. And how further this recognition this self-recognition, maybe self-recognition is better. The self-recognition happens to Kuntuzangpo, to Samadhi, and the quality of this self-recognition is follow. It is unstained by outer expression and inner thoughts, affirmation or denial, and is not defiled by the darkness of unmindfulness. That's another term that is easy to use, but we don't know exactly what does that mean in English. That's this self-manifesting display is free from defects. So see, there's 4 lines. The quality of this self-recognition of the Samadhi. Samantabhadra recognized the ground, unelaborated ground, which is one's own nature, and this recognition is free from these things, things, or outer expression and inner thoughts. These are related to, and this is also not defiled by the or the of. And then we mindfulness is this modern term, mindfulness, which is more Western term, then it's difficult to translate. If we try to translate this mindfulness back to either Sanskrit or Tibetan, as there's not really equivalent word in the tradition. But this mindfulness is probably created by our first introduced Dharma into West. We have this mindfulness. Is then in the modern days, mindfulness is a very popular term, and also people often say the mindfulness is related to the meditation. And this mindfulness is so popular that now we are, without thinking the meaning or without what we are doing, we are assuming that all meditation are sort of mindfulness meditation. And of course, Tibetan, we have Tremba, which is also sometimes translation from Sanskrit, Smriti, and also Tremba is sort of memory. But here, Tremba usually translates memory, remembering. And here translate as mindfulness. And Tremba is also, Tremba has sort of longing, sort of thinking. And the Tremba has, in a Dzogchen context, we have much more broader understanding of that. So here we need to think about what is unmindfulness? Oh, that would be. And this is used as a darkness of unmindfulness, which means this unmindfulness is not good thing to us. And thus, this manifesting display or these the self-appearing has no defects or free from defects, which means once you, I think yesterday we talked a little bit about, or maybe the appearances is not really the problem. But the problem is how we attach to it, or we clinging on it, or we attach to, then sort of concretize the appearances. So once disconnect from the objects or the appearances, the Kuntuzangpo, once self-realize the ground, then the subject-object dualities collapse, and the appearances, manifestation of appearances has no defects, or that doesn't bothers. Yeah. So that's another four. And then here it says, I, Kuntuzangpo, abide at intrinsic awareness, even though the three realms are to be destroyed, there is no fear. Here in the Tibetan, we don't really have I, Kuntuzangpo. It say the Rangrik Sola Neba, which means the intrinsic awareness abides another word as here use this small book or it said when reflexive awareness abides abides in a place. Both doesn't really give exactly what we have the other one. When abiding and genuine intrinsic awareness. The soul here is could mean soma, new, fresh, naked, intrinsic. So this awareness abides nakedly or freshly in this moment of realization. That's try to emphasize in Tibetan. So once we abide in this realm of intrinsic awareness, freshly or nakedly or nothing but awareness, then whatever things happened around is we don't need to worry about, or there's no things that can bother us. Even though the three realms are to be destroyed, there is no fear. So this is the confidence of Dzogchen view. So we need to gain a little bit more confidence. Yeah, that's the practitioners of Dzogchens we do. If we are as the same as others, we are more sensitive and more vulnerable and more agitated and more how to say intolerate, then our practices probably we cannot proud of. We are Dzogchen practitioners. So of course, when mosquitoes or some bugs or bite you, may be painful, but still we can tolerate small things. Even here is introducing that collapse the whole three realms. We should not have any fear. If that we can do, the perfect, but we can practice step by step to a little bit more tolerant in anything. It's not necessarily good things we can accept, but bad things sometimes people have a difficult time to adjust these things because we want to. Sometimes we like to fix a whole world, yeah, and which means our own way, which probably means not everyone's opinion, and that means we are against something. So that here is there's no fear. Means there's no fear of others' judgment, and there's no fear of anything that intolerable things, especially our lineage, Garchen Rinpoche. He tolerates everything, yeah, and especially he teaches 37 Bodhisattva practice again and again, many thousand times, and he say everything in there, and there, how much we can practice, not even we talk about Dzogchen, but the 37 Bodhisattva practice uh, introduce or teachings is really uh, sort of against our daily norms or what practitioners think often that something can tolerable, something are not tolerable. But once we can practice 37 Bodhisattva practice well, then probably easy to become a Dzogchen practitioner or Mahamudra practitioner. And we cannot uh, practice 37 Bodhisattva practice, then it's a little bit difficult. There is sometimes people even make jokes that, have you ever heard of this 37 Bodhisattva practice? Say, if you didn't do any wrong, but someone chopped your head, you need to respect that person as your own guru. And then people just funnily saying that if someone chopped my head, how I can respect that person? I'm already dead, yeah. but still, that kind of tolerate, if you can build, then I'm sure everything will be fine. We have examples, Garchen Rinpoche. He went through more than any one of us, and he has no regret, or he has no hatred in his mind. So, and that's kind of practice we need to try to build, because luckily we have some role models. Yeah, always we need role models that either you call teacher or either you call sangha or something that you can look after, and that is really important. We are not talking about if you. Okay. So that is our good karma somehow bring us together and meet such lama in this life. And then we have more and more, of course. Then we have another form. There is no attachment to the five desirable qualities of sense objects. In a self-arising consciousness free from thoughts, there is neither solid form nor the five poisons. In the unceasing clarity of awareness, singular in essence, there yet arising display of five wisdoms. So here we maybe pause a little bit. And again, the breaking down is we maybe not go through in the unceasing clarity of the mind, awareness singular in essence, there yet arising display of five wisdoms. So the five wisdom part, and then it's talking about the deities and so forth. But before that, there's no attachment to the five desirable qualities of sense objects. So in a Dharma practice, we often talk about that how these five poisons, five sense objects, takes us to different routes. And there is a sort of metaphor or example of these five sense objects, how attract, lure us uh, to put in trouble. They use these the butterflies or moths. They are attracted by the butter lamp in Tibet. Butter lamps burn in the night, and the butterfly, the moths, they think this so beautiful, and they jump into the fire and they fall into the hot oil and they die there. So that is an example of how if we attract to the beautiful forms, then we could attract in that sense. And then in Tibet, there's hunters. Usually they have flutes to blow flutes to attract deers or the herbivore animals, wild animals to kill. So if we listen to the very nice music and we are attracted to the music, and then in that way the pleasant sound could allure us to trap in another situation. And then we say our tongue is attached to the taste, so that's why fishes are captured by hooks. And then our body is attached to kind of comfortable clothes or the nice clothes. Then it's like the elephants stuck in the muds. First, they think I wanted to play a little bit to touch my body with soft mud, but then they get good trapped. So these kind of things these five sense objects could lure us from that. And there is a good story, maybe I can share this. This is sort of famous and relevant to us. The between Dzogchen yogi and ordinary beings. They say there was two people. They're very good friends. One was carpenter and one was a yogi. And they went through forest. It's relevant here. There's a lot of nice trees. And then they both passed this nice giant tree, and the yogi was just past a nice tree. No chain of thoughts again. But the carpenter was thinking that I can cut down this tree and I can bring these logs to my place and dry, and I can make a nice table and chair, and then I can sell to the market, and then I can make a lot of money. And so this chain of thoughts is not stopping. So that is sort of how practitioners and non-practitioners can be differentiated there. The practitioners see things, but there's no chain of thoughts. Yeah, but yogi, the carpenter, this chain of thoughts. These things may never happen, but our chain of thoughts, wishful thinkings, are occupy and trapped, and then sometimes getting troubles after that. So there's these five senses are our could be could lure us our mind unless we can stop. If we don't stop, they have something lure. But we think they have these qualities lure, but not really. We are attached to that those objects. In self-arising consciousness, free from thoughts, there's neither solid form nor the five poisons. And so these are the qualities of the realization. When realization dawns, then all these problems should be subside. So we try to do that. Hopefully, this pointing out will help you. Meanwhile, we have a text that I was thinking we could chant now because we have a little bit time, and that's usually in a Dzogchen practice. Its confession is very important. That's why in a preliminary practice we have Vajrasattva practice. That is a confession and restoration, and this is important. Somehow I forget my text. That Suyan kindly print out. So what I'm thinking, these practices are really profound, important. Is related to our 100 deity, and we need to purify our bad karma. And if we think there's not really bad things yet until we think it's bad. So, but still, you think need to bad things purify, then we can purify through these chanting. This chanting is also related to our text. Will introduce 100 deity. Here is invoking 100 deity to recite. I'm thinking maybe since this text is very important, and maybe first we chant in the Tibetan this morning, then this afternoon when we come back, we chant in English, and then we start the pointing instruction after this chanting, because this is important to purify our mind. And this melody is same thing as the other melody, but I may not use bell. Is that okay in a Tibetan, or you want to read in English? Okay. Let's read with Lama, page 1. Lama Rinzin, can you see? That's phonetic there. Lama Rinzin Jarwa Shinju Jin Koroje Lazo Tamjin Dunje Nam Karan Benzar Samanza. When we say that, then we imagine, we thinking all the deities are in front of us. You can read the early one. Maybe Sandra, you can help to read before that. Visualize.
Visualize in the space in front of you all the masters, Buddhas, and peaceful and wrathful deities presiding upon lotus, sun, and moon deceits, endowed with a presence so vivid and clear, it is as if you were directly perceiving them in front of you. Then, before them all, emanate as many bodies as there are atoms in existence. With your speech, recite the text of the confession, and in your mind feel intense remorse. This confession can be practiced at any time in post-meditation by maintaining the view and keeping the samaya commitments. There will be swift accomplishment.
Lama rinzin jarwa shindru jinkoro ji laso tamjin dunje namka benza samanza. Ima hoi choju deji kunji dan che lama jarwa shidro yonzo gong. Derje nyanda bende dan la shu nyam cha nara jang je chang ju shi. Yo dan bun so lama nam la chan za lo mi mi zhe zhe chu ji go la chan za. Techen long ju zo bi gu la jan za lo zhong gong ji zhi bi gu la chan za lo. Ne lo men ju dor ji gu la chan za lo yong dang ngom ber chan ju gu chan za lo. Nyamo shen ze shivi la la chan za lo lo da zar ju zhou ge la chan za. Tam guan ze dan jam bar ge la chan za lo chong zha zha zhou be me zong la chan za lo. Yang da tan den ben zer to la jan za lo. Teng an ne zer de zi men la jan za lo. Chik wan jim zi per we la la jan za lo. Jung yin a da ma mo zo la jan za lo. Sa dang lam zo ren zin zo la chan za lo. Dan ba zeng zi dam jian nang la chan za lo. Zha gen dun zi nga da zo la chan za lo. Rong rui rong xin chu wa. Nyam yin an le ye ye sha. Guan de san bo yam yam la yi chu ta je chan sa. Me da yi me gong ba la yi shi nga yi won da za. Ren a de wa yik ba la nyong mo da je re chan za. Yin yin an le ji bi ju yi shi nga yi zhou xia wa. Yin ji yun jian an nam la yong wa da je chan za. Yi yi zhi wa mang bu zong zhi wei tian de rang xia wei. Xiang jiu san ba ji nam la nam xi da jie re chan za. Yi shi an li ye dan zo jin chanza Dukban dunze bawu gu da dun zimbe jiang dong zhe da zhe go wai xin nan la lo da da jie jiang zang xiang dai ning jie ga wa dang dong nyum xie yin zhuo dang zi go jiang zhuo mo xie nan la da jie rei xiang zang do ba zhou ling ge wa zhou ma re wang ge jiong wa ye tu jian dun zi tu zhou lan chu da jie re jiang za lo gan de zang Ring bie za re chen jiu zo lam tian za lo tang ma pong dar jin bie ru ga la chan za lo yin li ge xian ta ji jiu zhong mo yang lan chan za lo tao le zhi wei zong qin mo chuo mo ji la jiang za sa yin qian xuan pong ya mo chan men ji la jiang za lo jin tong jin zi ma gong ma ji la jiang za Ji dan wang lu zhu ba mo wang qiu ma la jiang za lo hong yan men da ga xin ji xing an ji zhi bin ko ji ko jiang ba go la jiang za lo hong dan jin jar bo wang ge la wang ra ta jin ko ji ko be ma song la jiang za bar jian ben za ye ro ga rong nong zar win ko ji ko yang da to lai chan za lo jiang dan xin jiu he ro xie zhe ran jia hu yi gu yu den ji la jiang za lo道家学能真理安个出群八位可记真来在来相在路我做家不黑热个中华阿里这边可马木做来讲啥了？人间多劫也找不着，撒旦蓝蓝的边可。俺将去做来讲啥了？红上位的。ji den ba nam ji go res den ba jiang lai jiang za lo top den na pon tu zai jian chang a da bo mang bo zha gen do la jiang za lo te da re jar wa ji du la gen zan du jia za nam nam ze nyam jiang gun jiang Nara nejan tandrum de rinzin jarve chendra leje nambar mimbi jang adan torla yije ya menga don la don we jang mo be tan mo nyinga ja Tebe tangza tabden zare shiru la zon sen. Jesu lungan zoje de dorje samba je organ. Nara tondro nyingbo de omben zara sadosa. Manu balaya ambam zara sado teno ba di dandro me ba subo kayo me ba wa subo kayo me ba wa anarado me ba wa sarva sute me ba yan sarva karma sudha me sudha yirin kuro hong ha ha ho bhagavan tadanga benza mamen benza bhava maha samaya sadhu ho shi zhou ram jiang gong su su jar vi ka dang la me long 谢谢马金高兴处，都是罗帮春钱。也个大当大瓦罗松满去当江浙了。俺三这做下当西得做的万我塞。 그의 담세냐 바나 자루아 시루 쟁아야 제단 라단 골마사란 잡단 대조마다샤 종게 담세냐 바나 릉아 시루 쟁아야 上去尼儿子他们去把跟来扎心他们在，也他们在娘把那家娃是住见啊呀，些把下位他们在爱人他妈是老把的。 me pon wa ye tam se nga ma re wang ge tang an ko tam da lang be tam se nga zang me re de dang huang me ji zhe bai xia wei tam se nga rong la ne pa ra ma xi lo 揭巴夏维tam se nga ye sa ma ye lo pa yin lai tam se nyam ba na ye tam la ye jian a ya nian ba ra zhe bi ten zin ye nya dang tu zhun ju ba 南来因我你的母son就是将草芥将根卡走小盆娘老妈吃完了，他们在就把真话一撮汤马走娘别讲。 看着堂前金儿呀，一节堂娘带呀，太阳跟一样就生银白没别，没把没别个娘来一没没别大。 Rado me be yang ju sem zao yan la tam ji ji cha ya ma yong ma xi wa xia 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 xi ni me zhou hong ju ji yin ni zhou ba me ba wai yu me ni su da wa tong re qi 我本在满真百娘人梦，真美的见浪的呀白，跟着三宝上岸没巴拉，我长大没玩到我唐人去。上岸你是真百娘人梦，跟上的见浪的呀白。 nhằm bài ni la chi chung me ba la da da xian da da wa da re chi chi chung ni zhen zhen ba nian re mo nian ni de jian long de ya ba re 想觉三来即是没巴来的当西马达瓦当日起，即是你生真百娘人梦南前没用中龙的哑巴来。 Thích lệchen bo cha su me ba la ai su dan je su da wa tang re chi cha su ye sun zhen ba nyang re mo gun nen dun bo thích lệ long da ya Nam juro wa me be nga ni le tong man ta ma ta wa ta re chi Bonjour, ni zhen zhen ba nian re mo, tu som juro wa me be long de yang. Rong jian yi yi zuo zhuo char wa la, jin zhi ni se da wa tong re ji. 作者人生真百年人梦，让将自然美浪的小巴拉吉。瑞别一日大吉车瓦来，送进金色大瓦堂日吉。 今年生真百年人梦，日别一日浪的哑巴。去年南大洲巴没巴拉，生儿年说大瓦堂日吉。但问你生真百年人梦，去年南大浪的哑巴来吉。 下一刚拉用多没巴拉，知道难得大瓦堂日吉，用多你生真百年人梦，下一用多没别浪的。 用尽看心头面没巴拉，等到我的大瓦堂日吉，他们人生真百年人梦，半个用到没别浪的。 这个来你是没巴拉，知道难得大瓦堂日吉，我去你生真百年人梦，就跟着我没别浪的。 我人这为生千年日节，送没出来我帮咱满人。康山这为生那样日可，节没出来我当大的。 non si je ma yen bara ma je de song zen no la sen je chao pa ji koro wa ra xin me bara ma shi ni nian xin zhi wei zhou la da pa ran de没些结我乱的样人高登别谈我没给了拉脏，东北干活没就因为路让人他没因为来了，等着当。年日节也是没别浪到下巴子。So maybe we stop here. Tomorrow we will have a talk offering in our end, and then we can chant these with talk and Batalam and so forth together, the rest of the text. And this afternoon, when we come back, we chant this text in English, and then we start a short introduction. And I think we still have a few more minutes. Questions? Yes. Maybe.
So the question is how to transfer experience from Dzogchen or Mahamudra into daily life, like outside of meditation, because I think it's much easier to achieve experience of mind in meditation. Then all this confusion is very easy to arise and control.
Yes. Here, yes, I got this question often. Of course, thank you so much for, again, this question. It's important. How do we apply maybe our daily life for these meditations? I often use as a dosage. If you have a good dosage of dosage, everyone knows dosage yet. When you take medicine, if you take more dosages, it's would have more potency. And there's a pose meditation and meditation, acupoise. Sometimes we call meditation acupoise. Because meditation is based on a view, what we believe, which means we need to build up our understanding of whether there is self or not, or samsara exists or not. These are important. Of course, then all the Buddhist teachings are there's no self, there's no other, there's no samsara. So that way, then we meditate on emptiness or our mind nature. If we realize at the moment maybe we don't have experience, but that impacts our post-meditation or daily life. Maybe before we understanding or realizing this, we may have a much more strong sense of what good and bads are, what is solid and non-solid, and we are attached to things maybe stronger than the meditation that's we done. And if our meditation are done correctly, then we should have that residual, or that we took high dosage of that meditation correctly, then it would have impact the post-meditation. We should see less harmful things, less attached to things, and easy to deal with around us or beyond. So these are called practice. So we cannot maintain the meditation 24 hours, that's for sure. But we can maintain the mindfulness that and less attached to things, more I get along with everything, anything, not only people, animal, or trees, even our beloved tarmacs on streets that we have potholes that usually the people don't like, but we should embrace that as well. And so these are the sign of the practice. And Garchen Rinpoche told me that since he was a small boy, his father trained him that he never lost mindfulness. And the Mahamudra way of training, he said that later sort of helps Dzogchen practice. So it's mindfulness is I still don't know exactly is this correct word or not, but it's that is the whole practice, which means we should not lose our core understanding, way of treating others. So that's we can bring in any level, while you're cooking, driving, or even sleeping, maybe. So that's what I understand. Okay, we have a short dedication.
Maybe, see what page, 18? Lord Jigden Samgun's dedication. Is that good? Okay. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root, and lineage gurus, divine assembly of yidams, assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, heroes and heroines, yogini and her assembly of dakinis, all of you dwelling in the 10 directions, please heed me. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of attachment, hatred, ignorance, pride, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May thoughts of fame, reputation, gain, respect, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. At the moment of death, may I not experience the suffering of being abruptly severed from this life. May I not suffer a terrible death. May I not be confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind itself and in the crystal clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo.
Thank you, everyone.